most looking forward to?
Woo, baby, new job. Let's go.
A new job.
Pictomancer, man, this is so crazy.
Did you figure out what job it is?
I think August is unacceptable, bad gamer. Just because the size of 0.55 is not big enough. We should have had a 0.6, a minor, and first and only 0.6 if that was the case.
But before you hear from me, let's see it on video.
Let's see it play out in game. Let's go. I love it. This is going to be great for people who like to do the pictures, the screenshots in game.
I love that everybody's opinion of this is going to be universally aligned, and there will be no rage. It looks like Smash Brothers animations.
Yeah. The sound effects as well. Like, it just feels the sound of the paint moving. Pictomancer.
Thank you.
It's so different than the other job.
Yeah.
新ジョブ第2弾はピクトマンサー、筆を武器とする遠隔魔法 DPS となっています。
The second job of Dawntrail will be ranged
That is Realms.
DPS wielding
That
a
does
brush
look like
with
Realms' outfit.
Pictomancer.
さあ皆さん予想の方は当たっていたでしょうか。
Did you guess correctly?
I don't know.
Painters with the turtles like that. Like that. Oh man, my heart for Time Mage will yearn for the future.
Yeah, at Las Vegas Fan Fest, I wore a very mysterious T-shirt.
まあうまいことなんか2つのジョブのヒントっぽくなったのかなっていう気がします。
I feel like it was a good hint for both jobs.
It was.
はい。ピクトマンサーはですね、FF6 に唯一登場したジョブになってます。
Pictomancer was the only job to debut in Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
ファイナルファンタジー6では筆を使い、敵のこうイラストを描いてね、描いたその敵の技を使うというジョブでした。
In FF6, Pictomancer used their brush to draw their enemies and therefore use their techniques.
ファイナルファンタジー14ではその描くという部分を発展させ、ピクトマンサーがさまざまなモンスターだけじゃなくて絵を描いて、それを魔法として攻撃や補助などの効果を発動させていくという見た目にも非常にユニークなジョブになってます。
FF14's Pictomancer has a bit broader of painting skill. They can paint not only monsters, but landscapes and other things, not just the enemies that they are currently facing. And they also have a very unique appearance.
暁のメンバーであるクルルが今回ピクトマンサーにジョブチェンジすることになりました。
And the Scion Kryl has become Pictomancer.
Cool.
ね、クルルずっとちょっと戦えなくてね、お留守番が続いていたんで、きっと頑張ってくれたんだと思います。
Because Kryl could never fight before, right? She was always sort of stuck watching things at home. I think she probably tried really hard to take on this new role.
吉田はピクトマンサーのコスプレをしないのかっていうふうに、目に入ってきておりますが、さすがにこのジョブ、50歳のおじさんが、コスプレするのは厳しいものがあると。
I'm seeing people saying, why isn't Yoshi P cosplaying the Pictomancer? But honestly, I think it would be a little bit difficult for me as a 50-year-old man to portray the image of this job.
その一部からっていうのをちょっと
Men can be painters even
They
at
were like
50.
shocked.
スタッフ真に受けるんで。
Just to be clear.
I think he's talking about the
というわけで
midriffs.
今回はですね、僕の代わりにですね、素敵なモデルさんに、新ジョブ衣装を着ていただいてます。
But in my place, we do have a wonderful model who will be showing off this job gear.
No, this is not the limited job.
Let's call her out.
Cool.
いや、さすがでしょ
う。Wow, impressive.
可愛いの声ありがとうございます。
Wow, I've done that before. And then they have them out on the floor and you can take pictures with them and stuff.
See, this wouldn't be a good look on me.
Come on.
ちょっとコメント会場の一斉に大丈夫似合うよみたいなのやめてもらっていいですか。
Everyone keeps saying no, it'd be fine, it'll look great. Please stop.
こちら新ジョブピクトマンサーのジョブ専用装備をまといイメージキャラクターとして登場していただきました。
So our model here is wearing the job outfit for Pictomancer.
着心地はいかがですか。
How does it feel?
良い。
Good.
なんか俺の装備もクオリティ高かったけど確かにすごいな。
My gear was also of high quality, but man, this is impressive.
ではピクトマンサーのね、紹介が終わるまでちょっとステージ上に一緒にいただきましょう。
If you could stay up here while we finish introducing Pictomancer, that'd be great.
ではピクトマンサーの特徴を見ていこうと思います。
So let's look at the details of this job.
まずロールに関しては先ほどお伝えした通り遠隔魔法 DPS で装備枠はキャスター枠になってます。
See, there's a dude right there.
So this will be ranged magical DPS using the gear of casting.
Checks out.
そして筆という専用の武器を使います。
And they have a special weapon that is their brush.
コメント配信そろそろそのコスプレした吉田の腹が見たかったとかそういうのはいいんで集中して聞いてもらっていいですか。
I see you all on the stream saying you wanted to see my midriff. Please stop and pay attention now.
こちら対応クラスはございません。最初からジョブの状態で戦えます。
Why do we put required class
so there is
none?
no requisite class for this job. You can just start from the job itself.
One day
そ
they're
して
going to
スタ
blow
ート
your
の初
mind.
期レベルは80からとなっております。
And they're going to go back to the
Starting level
job
will be
stones.
80.
ジョブクエストの開始位置はグリダニアとなっております。
And the job quest will be beginning in Gridania.
黄金のレガシースタートの際には条件を満たしていればすぐにでも使用可能となっています。
So long as you've completed the requirements, you will be able to pick up this job right as soon as you get into Dawntrail.
そうなんかグリダニアでジョブクエスト開始するの久しぶりなんですよね。
It's been a long time since we had a job quest start in Gridania.
It has
はい、
been.
結構特徴的なジョブクエストになっておりますのでジョブクエスト自体も、お楽しみください。
The job quests themselves are also very unique, so I hope you'll look forward to that.
では続いてバトルのイメージに行きましょ
Now let's talk about what they're like in combat.
う。まず先ほどお伝えした通り筆に魔力を込めて描いたイメージそれを力にして戦うのがピクトマンサーです。
As we mentioned, the Pictomancer concentrates aether in their brush to release their power by drawing pictures.
絵画魔法というジャンルの魔法を使います。
It is the magic of an artist.
See, this would be a perfect job to have multiple kind of glamour unlocks to the paintings that they could paint, you know?
自体の絵を描くっていうジョブだったんですが、
The Pictomancer in 6 was drawing just their enemies.
ファイナルファンタジー14では相対する敵に関わりなくさまざまな生物や武器さらには風景を描いて効果を発揮させます。
But regardless of what enemy they're facing, FF14's Pictomancer can draw creatures, weapons, and even landscapes.
結構あれですね VFX、エフェクトと呼ばれるものもピクトマンサー専用のタッチでちょっとね、
Chris, does this feel like creation magic
ド
to
ロー
you?
イングされたような形でかなりね試行錯誤
No,
を繰り
it
返して
feels like
作ってい
ethereal
ます。
manipulation.
We have quite a few original visual effects for Pictomancer to really make
Mine are
it look
different.
like they are drawing.
絵を描く
Because it doesn't look like we're
ため
making
に
the
は映
beast
像時間が
out
あ
of
り
the
ますが
ether.
もちろんそれを補う
We're just manipulating the
名
ether.
称魔法とか、アビリティも存在しています。
Of course, in order to create a work of art, it's going to take some time, but to go along with that, you will also have instant cast spells and abilities.
ピクトマンサーは自身が攻撃するだけでなくパーティーを強化するような魔法も一部持っています。
And the Pictomancer does not simply attack, they also have magic that can buff their party.
サポートジョブというわけではないので、そういったところ結構気にされる方いると思うんですが、サポートジョブというわけではないですが、黒魔同士のような攻撃特化ではないということだけお伝えしておきます。
We wouldn't say it's a full support job if that's what you're thinking, but it is not quite so attack focused as something like
some more utility. So
ちなみに普段遠隔魔法 DPS キャスターやってるよっていう方どれぐらいいますか
？Who's playing ranged magical DPS right now?
Bard of
結構いますね。
the casters.
Quite a few.
Of the casters.
ピクトマンサーはちなみに蘇生魔法は持っておりません。
Pictomancers cannot res you.
Oh, okay. That's good because red mages and summoners can.
かなと思いますので、先ほどの動画もう一度ご覧いただこうかと思います。
They overall boost the
So I
party
think you have
damage.
a good idea now in your mind of what Pictomancer might be like. So with that, let's take another look at the video.
Back to the video.
I still can't make up my mind. It's a drastic aesthetic difference than every other job in the game.
Yeah.
And that's not like we'll play the way you want, because if they're in your party, it's going to be in yours. I mean, it's like somebody playing as a pig in your party. Like, it just ruins immersion.
Those are probably the instacast abilities right there. And then this is them painting. And bringing that down. But they painted stars, and that looked like ice. Yeah, Red Mage and Summoner can res, Black Mage and Pictomancer cannot. Assuming they don't make changes to Red Mage and Summoner.
Thank you. How was it?
It's very Splatoon or Smash Brothers, like there's a cartooniness to it. That Final Fantasy fans usually accuse WoW of doing in a negative. Like they're like, that's what I don't like about it.
So we have a question from the chat asking, okay, even if I am just terrible at art, can I be Pictomancer?
絵が死ぬほど下手な吉田にも使えているので大丈夫だと思います。
I am so bad at art that it is like just so dreadful, and I'm fine, so you'll be fine.
美術1ですって言ってる方いらっしゃいますけど大丈夫です大丈夫です。
It does not require artistic skill.
はい、ではピクトマンサーありがとうございました。
Thank you to our Pictomancer.
So Chris, how do you feel about it?
I don't know. I knew I immediately liked the other job.
ここでちょっとピクト
See,
マンサーに関して
I didn't like Viper.
ドイツ語のプレイヤーの皆さんに一つお知らせがございます。
Now we do have one announcement about Pictomancer for our players playing in German.
これまでファイナルファンタジー6のオリジナル、それからピクセルリマスタードイツ語版では、ジョブ名をですねこのように表記してました。今パワーポイントに映ってます。
So in FF6, both the original and remaster, Pictomancer had previously been translated as duplicant.
デュプリカント、まあ多分これ造語だと思うんですけど、デュプリケートってちょっと MMO 用語だとアイテムが増殖するみたいなのでちょっとうってなるんですけど。
Because you're not just mirroring
yes,
what you're
duplicate
fighting.
has a bit of a special meaning in MMOs, you know.
Like you're making the
でおそらくですね。
you're painting pictures because you can include landscape.
デュプリケートするような多分イメージで当時ドイツ語のジョブ名作られたんだと思います。
But at the time, because the job was in fact duplicating your enemies, that's why they translated it with a name that means duplication.
ただ実際こうピクトマンサーというジョブに関してその敵の姿をコピーするだけではなくていろんな絵を描くっていう遊びをピクトマンサーに作っていこうとするとどうしてもジョブ名とイメージの開きが出てしまうので今回、FF シリーズ全体で協議をしてですね14のドイツ語版では今書かれているようにどちらかというともうピクトマンサーに近い、こちらも造語になりますがジョブ名を、作りました。
However, because 14's Pictomancer is focused around creating original works of art, not just duplicating, we thought there would be quite a gap between the name if we use the legacy translation. So therefore,
Especially for
all
one
of the FFs,
language.
we will now be using this new name, Pictomant.
今後また新たな FF シリーズでピクトマンサーが登場する際には今回作った、ピクトマントというドイツ語表示を使っていこうと思いますので、ミスではないのでドイツ語プレイヤーの皆さん、しっかり協議した上で FF シリーズ全体として決めましたので、ご理解いただけますと助かります。
So in future Final Fantasy games, you will see Pictomant as the name for this job.
Great,
so
then
please
we'll
know
see.
that's not a mistake. We didn't forget the old name. This is this choice we made for all of Final Fantasy with everyone
I wasn't
involved.
super pumped on
So
Reaper, but I
thank you,
was once we
and,
met
we hope
Zero.
you'll enjoy the new name.
Yeah.
まあやっぱりこうシリーズね、歴
So
史
maybe
が
Cryle will
長いと
convince
こう
me,
発
but I'm
展し
not
ていく中
yet
で
on board.
当時ねその限定した機能に対してだけ名前を付けたものが後になってねこうそれを拡張しようとすると噛み合わなくなるっていう結構例かなとは今回思いました。
Honestly, when you have such a long-running series as Final Fantasy, you will run into these cases where what made perfect sense at the time is no longer working for us, and this is a great example of the sort of stuff we deal with.
ただやっぱりシリーズの可能性とか、発展性ということを考えたときに変更しなければいけないというタイミングがあるというのも今回しっかり議論した上で決めましたので、まあ似たような事例ね今回は
Where's the Yoshi P lied
日
crowd?
本語でまた出てくる可能性もありますので、なんとなくは覚えておいていただけると助かります。
But you know, as we grow and develop as a franchise, we really need to adapt in the way that is best for Final Fantasy's future. And this time it only affected German, but I think it will probably happen in all languages at certain points. So just remember that that's what we're bearing in mind when we make these decisions.
さあでは続けてさまざまなキャラクターが登場するこの黄金のレガシー、そのストーリーについても、触れておきましょう。
So let's move on to the story of Dawntrail, which will feature myriad characters.